Zion Williamson is a rising star for the New Orleans Pelicans. The power forward has brought a great deal of pleasure to the Pelicans already. Unfortunately, the basketball star suffered a major injury in the past season and has been out of the scene for a while. Let's find out when Zion will make his return and what that would mean for the Pelicans. First up, Zion Williamson misses an entire season due to a foot injury. Zion Williamson is all set to become a generational basketball star, but fortunes haven't favored him since the last season. That's right, the 21-year-old protege suffered a serious foot injury late season in 2021, making him sit out the entire next season. The executive vice president of basketball operations for the Pelicans, David Griffin, revealed on September 27, 2021, that Zion suffered a right foot injury during the offseason. The Pelicans star had undergone surgery to repair the fracture, and the initial diagnosis looked promising. Even though there have been rumors that Zion will be back up in no time, his injury is considered serious, and he had to endure many setbacks during recovery. Williamson was all set to return by November 26th, but had to receive an injection to quicken the healing process after immediately experiencing great discomfort. Zion also had to go through intense rehabbing away from the team for about 2 months, but he returned to continue with his rehab on March 5th with the Pelicans and was even later cleared to travel with the team. It was announced on April 8th via Twitter that there's no update on Zion's playing status yet, but the star is back on a 5-on-5 full-court workout with the coaches and is progressing with controlled scrimmages. Zion Williamson's stepfather, Lee Anderson, also commented on his stepson's recovery on the Jordy Culotta show, saying that the champ is all healthy to go out and do his thing in the postseason. Zion is a valuable asset to the New Orleans Pelicans, and his return in the next season remains one of the biggest questions for the team. But even if he does make it in time for the season, will his injury affect his role in the team? So, will Zion's return to the Pelicans affect his role? There's no doubt about the fact that Zion Williamson will soon make his return to the court. After missing the 2021-22 season, the 21-year-old is determined to bring his magic back to the team, who are having a good season despite losing one of their best men. Even though Zion's inclusion in the team would bring great consistency to the young team, the Pelicans are looking to revolutionize Zion's role to bring out the best in the supporting team. It's not a surprising revelation that the Pelicans are a better team with Zion, but when you're sidelined for an entire season, there's bound to be some changes to the role whenever Zion makes a comeback. At first, the all-star player has to get used to the change in tactics that's been put there in his absence. Many analysts think that Zion shouldn't play to his strengths as a point guard all the time. While it's always an advantage to have someone who can initiate and handle the ball, Zion doesn't need to do it too much during the game. He can play less point guard, especially in the half court. The team should get Zion easy shots instead of forcing him in the half court under SVG for a little action, which can lead him to making hard contact and taking difficult shots. Zion has physical advantages, but that doesn't mean that he needs to sacrifice his body throughout the game. The Pelicans should give him ample support through Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. Instead of continuously making him take shots or play point guard, he should be allowed off the ball more, so other players can work their magic in his gravity and give him space where he needs it. While being a point guard and a hard hitter are his strengths, Zion can also lean into a supportive role whenever he wants. As he returns to the Pelicans soon, he should evolve his role and pass more instead of dumping the ball after the double team comes. We know that he can pass, as the all-star player averaged 3.7 assists in the 2020-21 season. The Pelicans are much better playing together instead of going for individual shots, and that's what Zion also has to implement upon his return. The New Orleans franchise should go for a balanced approach when it comes to redefining Zion's role in the team. They should neither constrict him too much nor rely only on him. With 4 players averaging 18+ points each, it's best to give Zion the space he needs when it comes to handling the ball instead of completely relying on him to make the tough shots. Up next, Zion Williamson's return will change a few things for the Pelicans. Zion Williamson's foot injury has undoubtedly changed many things for the New Orleans Pelicans. Not only did they play an entire season without their all-star player, but they also had to change the game plan in his absence. Now, whenever Zion returns to the court, his presence will have an impact on the team's overall play. The difference is quite evident because when Zion plays, Pelicans are 40-45, and when he doesn't, they're 21-38. Of course, having Zion makes a huge difference, but it isn't always in a team's best interest to base its entire strategy on a single player. The surprising thing is that the Pelicans did well in the season even without Zion. Even with a shaky start, the Pelicans had a solid stand in the season's later months as they claimed the West's number 9 seed. Zion Williamson was able to join the players in the locker room and found the energy quite alluring and found it great for his mental health to be around the players. Williamson added that it sucked to watch from the sidelines and not be able to be in on the action. However, he added that it was equally joyful to see the potential in the team and that he is excited to get back on the court with the team. Williamson said that he could have played for the team from a physical standpoint, but the Pelicans gave preference to longevity instead of risking a long-term injury over a season's win. So, when is Zion Williamson set to make his comeback in the Pelicans? The New Orleans Pelicans aren't the same without Zion Williamson, and the team can't wait to have him back for the next season. Zion's lingering foot injury has been a great downer for both the team and the fans. It was unbelievable how the star had to go through a vigorous recovery process and rehabilitation just to get clearance for the next season. Fortunately, the team announced on Thursday that the All-Star player has cleared all protocol and has been allowed to participate in full basketball activities. Even though the team initially announced that Zion would be ready to play before the start of the season, it was soon clear that he wasn't coming back to the court anytime soon. In Zion's absence, the New Orleans Pelicans had traded for CJ McCollum, and things have been looking good. Now Zion can't wait to get back to his full form after the team gave him an all clear, since he'd been progressing so well. However, there's still no official update of when he'll join in on an actual game, but it seems that he should be present for the training camp before the season begins. And now, how does the supporting cast perform in Zion's absence? The Pelicans had a shaky start without Zion to the season. Fortunately, the Stars turned in their favor, and they started to gain momentum. The shuffling in the roster definitely had a negative impact on the team, as the new players had to fill a gigantic hole that Williamson left. Despite all efforts, the franchise had the worst start in history. But it seems that the tables will turn, and stability will return as Williamson edges closer to his season debut. The Pelicans are expected to give CJ McCollum a full season, and the roster may have some stability as things have gotten better with Willie Green, as he played a vital role in keeping the roster together. Guess we'll have to see how Zion Williamson fits in this roster once he's healthy. Finally, are the New Orleans Pelicans not offering Zion a full 5-year deal? The Pelicans are eager for their all-star player to get back to the game, but there are rumors going around that they aren't offering the 21-year-old a fully guaranteed deal. The oft-injured is eligible for a contract extension, but according to a report by ESPN, the Pelicans aren't going for a full 5-year guaranteed deal with Zion. Instead, they are willing to offer him a contract with a huge paycheck, but cannot guarantee all of it. According to sources, Williamson's max contract over 5 years could be reportedly worth $180 million, but the guaranteed money is projected to only be $100 million. There's also a rumor that Williamson's contract could be similar to a Joel Embiid type of contract. Only time will tell if Zion decides to stay at the franchise. That's a wrap for this video. Are you excited to have Zion Williamson return to the Pelicans? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.